Yes, this is bright as hell. You know it's bright. You have to look at this bright shit for a whole hour. Okay.
Babe, you gotta get used to it. Like,
No,
what's wrong? That's how we
You're
started this
supposed
shit
to
off.
set the ambiance.
Well,
It's supposed to be low light. You chilling.
does nobody want to see us in the dark? This is not GNT in the dark.
Okay. It's
After hours.
It's after dark. Shit. All right. Well, good evening. My name's Greg.
And I'm T.
And we are the Westbrooks. And this is the GNT Go Get It podcast.
Episode 1. We here.
It's like really episode 5 or 6, but we coming back to 1.
Right. You want to talk about it? We had to get into the groove. We had to get, just like our, huh?
The groove.
What would you call it?
She had to try to cuss me out to act right. I feel like, yeah, I just had ideas of how I wanted it to go. She wasn't with it.
Well, it's not that. It's just, I think we just had to get our chemistry right on camera and get comfortable with, like, talking. You know what I'm saying? But we're here now.
We are.
And I'm excited because it's been a long time coming. We started this podcast because we get a lot of questions about our relationship, being married. We wanted to kick shit about real world things that are happening and give our opinions on that. Why did you want to start the podcast?
I like to talk shit.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, I feel like we have a unique perspective on just the world and relationships and black people stuff, and I want to share it with the world. You know what I'm saying? I think, yeah, I'm ready to jump on in. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sipping a little bit of wine. He has, a little sippy sip over there. So where you want to start? So we're just going to dive into some topics. I really wanted you to pick because I think all of these are interesting.
I'm saying, I okayed all of them, but I just wasn't. I want to talk. I don't want to read the question.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I guess the best place to start is, what has it been like as newlyweds? I think that's a good place to start.
So what is, okay.
Yeah.
What is newlyweds?
That's the one on your face right there.
What's the definition of newlyweds? Or is that a time frame, or is it like a feeling?
Well, that's a good question. So, we've been married for 2 years. Over 2 years now. I'm like, okay, we hit the 2-year mark. But I still feel like a newlywed. I think they say it's like, I think it's 2 years. It might be.
I don't remember. I remember we looked at
somebody said, I think a couple that we talked to that had been married for like 40, 50 years, they said 5 years. So maybe like relative to, but I think we're still newlyweds. I think we're like, huh?
I said, I'll take it.
You gotta talk louder, baby.
Okay.
I'm saying you can't be trying to smooth me. Give me the
Okay. It's my
love talk
voice.
Ooh.
I'm saying, so we were having this conversation about men when they hit a certain age, they have like a it's a little rumble, little rumble in your voice. But yeah, be shaking the whole house, so I don't have to talk loud. You can hear me. They can hear me. Blinkety blink.
So yeah. So back to newlyweds. So how's it been? I want you to start because we see all this stuff in the media about marriages and couples and like quarantine breakups, quarantine, the D word, divorce. We don't say that word. But how's it been as a newlywed in quarantine? You feel like you in prison? You feel like you locked up? I saw somebody say that today, actually.
No.
No pressure.
In prison.
No, they were like, because I know that's like a, okay, here we go. That's a very, what's the word? That's not a great comparison.
No, okay. So, all right.
A lot of people do feel.
No. Okay, so I want to start off this podcast by saying we not regular. Like, society has put forth these bizarre fucking standards where men hate their wives. It's like the strangest fucking concept ever. Like, why would you want to spend... Sheesh. People spend, like, years. And think about how much time you spend with your spouse, especially in a quarantine. Like, why would you want to be with somebody you don't like? It really doesn't make any sense. And it's like, even if you do like them, society be like, you're not supposed to spend time with your girl. What's wrong with you? That shit is weird.
Oh, we're getting into fuck.
So, with what you were saying about being in prison, no, we've been kicking it. This is the best time I've had in years.
We've been
having a blast. You know what I'm saying? Like, catching up on Netflix. Like, slowing down enough to make sure we're planning for our businesses.
Strategizing. Mm-hmm. Come on.
Nah, I mean,
it's been fun though.
I think that this has been a good like pause. I think a lot of people said like God was like, all right, y'all not finna sit down.
I'm gonna sit y'all down.
Yeah, so that's been like what this year or this 9 months. It makes it seem like it's been the whole year, but it really didn't start till mid-March.
Right.
So it's really only been 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that way. I mean, okay, with COVID and everything, you know, there are a lot of bad things that have happened this year, but overall, I feel as if being a newlywed, things could have been a lot worse for us. I think that we are in a position where we can like actually enjoy each other's company, and just being married the first couple of years is hard anyway. Look.
Go ahead, finish what you said.
But you know, it's nice to be able to just like chill with you in the crib and actually like we like each other. That's what it is. Like, going back to what you were saying, I don't understand these couples that break up after spending 3 or 4 months or 5 months in the house together. It's like, what the hell were y'all doing before quarantine? Like,
talking.
Not talking? Talking?
Talking.
No, okay. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to this talking. But yeah, so I think it's been pretty chill as a newlywed. Of course, there are like, you know, fights and disagreements and stuff.
Yeah, you made me think about like pre-pandemic.
What was pre-pandemic life?
I'm saying that was still our newlywed for like a year and some change.
Yeah.
I'm saying we was kicking it, but yeah, like you were saying, there was I don't know if fights was the right word, more like skirmishes.
Skirmish. What do you mean? Elaborate. What do you mean by skirmish?
I don't know. Like a fight, I feel like it's like all out, you going out like. Yeah, it was more like power struggles and understanding our dynamics. I think that yeah, overall it was just growing pains, and it was like I wouldn't say added pressure because we were married, but it was like more
like added pressure to get shit together.
Right. Well, I mean, just to it's like, okay, when we were dating, like I don't want to say like things that we didn't like about each other, like weren't that serious, but like once we got married, it became like, okay,
you gotta do something about this.
Yeah, like, nah, you can't keep doing that. So I think that it was like, that's where the pressure came from for both of us.
Yeah, I think for me, it's been a huge learning curve because I'm very, like you mentioned, like power struggle. Like I'm very independent. I'm very like opinionated. I don't back down. I'm a like no nonsense person, and I just expect greatness. So, I think I have had to learn how to pick my arguments, keep my mouth closed. I'm still working on that, I think. Not just like keep my mouth closed, but like you just gotta know what's worth a disagreement or conversation, or you know, and what else? Just like being in tune with a whole other person. That's what it really is. It's like being married is like basically learning how to really take on a whole nother life, a whole other life, a whole other being, a whole other, and then adapt in every way possible that you wouldn't even think about that you had to like have the same synergy on. Does it not make sense?
No, it does. What I was just thinking about is that that's not normal. Like that line of thinking. Like I think most people just be like, all right, I'm like figure out this person a little bit. Like they don't dig that deep.
Well, I mean that's a part of the damn problem. That's why, a lot of couples don't make it because you aren't digging that deep. You're not digging that deep in the beginning, in the dating phase or the talking phase. and um and then when you get married, you're like, oh, who is this person? I don't really like this person. So I think for
that
us,
would be tough.
Yeah,
that would be super strange. But yeah, we could talk about the dating versus talking. But I think that
let's talk about it.
no, I was just saying if you don't, it's a couple of things, right? So like, it's not normal for people to be self-aware.
It's not normal for people to be self-aware.
Right. It's like normalized for people to be oblivious as fuck.
I don't understand it,
but it's normalized.
Cancer, so I'm like,
but it's still normalized. Like most people that you know are not aware of
just walking through life like.
But it has to do with like traumas and shit that happened to them as a kid, and there's all kinds of reasons why people wouldn't be self-aware or take the time to think about why they feel a certain way about things. But I think that's the first thing when it comes to like being in tune with another person is like you have to know at least know yourself a little bit to the point where like if y'all get into some shit, and this is something that I figured out within our relationship, if y'all get into some shit and you don't know why you blew up, or you don't know why you're mad about something, or what's causing the issues in your relationship, that is going to be really hard for you to find out, right? So it's like,
or work through it, or for the other person to try to fix whatever they did
or understand wrong. Or yeah.
Man, that's a great point. That's a great point. If you don't know yourself, you'll have a lot of trouble if you're married or get into a relationship. Like, you have to get to know yourself and also really get to know that other person. And that was before we go into the talking versus dating thing. I think that's been a major like growing or like I think it's been a major thing for us together that we've realized, and it's helped us grow as a couple, like figuring out like, okay, this is the reason why I'm upset. This is the trigger for that. Now I can catch myself in the moment and say, okay, I'm getting upset, T. I'm getting worked up. Why am I getting worked up? Okay, let me communicate that with him. Or afterwards, if you do have like a big blow up or argument, it's like do you go back and think about it and really try to see things from the other person's perspective? So I think that that's really important as far as growth in the relationship, especially the first couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, normalize doing the right thing, right? So it's like,
talk about it.
People have
doing the right. That should be
toxic fucking habits of y'all fought and then y'all made up by having sex, but nobody said anything. Y'all didn't talk about shit. Y'all just was like, I missed you too, let's fuck. It's like, that ain't finna fix nothing. And you wonder how people end up in these relationships where they don't know somebody. Y'all got 5 kids. Y'all ain't talked about nothing. Not a damn thing. Don't even know their middle name. Sheesh. Don't even know their real name. They got their nickname in the hood. That's all you know. But yeah, get to know yourself. Get to know people that you date and talking. But yeah, let's jump into the dating versus talking.
Yeah. Okay.
What is your definition of?
So I'm gonna give y'all some context. So I was watching this video. I was minding my black-owned business and scrolling on IG, and I saw this video, and this girl was going off. She was going clean off, like I don't understand. What is talking? Like, this guy asked me out on a date. He said, do you want to go out to movies and a dinner? And I was like, no, I don't want to go out. I'm not really trying to date anyone right now. And then he was like, well, I'm not trying to take you on a date, Mom. I'm just trying to talk. So, and she was very upset. But this brings me to the subject of, because, I feel like we're a little bit removed from this. But, well, far removed from this. But when I was in college.
The kids these days,
y'all are talking about, like, dating versus talking. Now, we grown.
Well, back in my day,
So, yes, what is dating? What is talking? And when the hell are you too old to be doing the talking?
So, that's confusing to me. We were talking about this earlier because talking to me is like y'all are not doing anything publicly. Period. So, like, if I said I was talking to somebody back in college days, it would be like...
Y'all were doing it, though? Or Netflixing and chilling?
Maybe. Well, see, I didn't...
Texting.
Hold on. Let me step back, because I feel like bringing sex into it is a different kind of thing.
But people be talking... Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to give you my definition. So, what I would say is talking was like... We texting, we might talk on the phone, and we might have hung out, not publicly.
Texting, talk on the phone, may have hung out, but creeping.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was Netflix and chill, whatever. That's a talking type of relationship. Okay. If you go out with somebody, whether it's a friend date, real date, whatever, y'all two out in public, that's a date.
But if you're not out in public, that's not a date.
Right.
So if I make you dinner in my dorm room or in my crib, that's not a date.
It depends on the circumstances. I wouldn't necessarily call it a date.
Okay.
Especially in college, in the dorm room, like, hell nah. Girls have standards where they be like, I'm not finna come to your room, you finna take me out. That's what you used to tell niggas.
That's what I used to tell.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
people be getting into these scenarios where it's like, hey girl, if a nigga invites you to his room, and he says, hey, let's hang out, let's Netflix and chill. He just wants to have sex with you.
Exactly.
That's bottom line. It's like there's not really an in between.
Okay, so with dating means that I'm taking you out in public, and there is a chance that I want to pursue something that may be serious.
Right. And that's the thing, right? So this is the blurred line. This is the blurred line because what happens is men will use the term talking to downplay a situation, even if they are really dating.
So that's what I'm saying. Talking to me just simply sounds like a man does not want to commit, but he don't want to let you know that he doesn't want to commit. And in this case, if you're in college, you're still, 18, 19, 20, 21, whatever. The man doesn't want to commit. So there's like there's no way that we could just be talking. Like that word never came up in any of the conversations that we had when we first started dating. And you emphasis on dating. Not to say that, like, I guess maybe when you're younger, the whole talking thing is like, I think society made it a norm, or maybe like college culture made it a norm.
Right.
But ain't no damn talking. Let's just get that.
I always think
ain't
about,
no talking.
I always think about,
we're dating. You're taking me out.
Like, my grandma uses the term courting, right? So that's a term back in the day.
Yes.
So courting can actually be, like, directly compared to talking. Because people in my grandmother's generation will say courting, then they're dating. So courting is like the pursuing stage, right? So you're courting someone, and that goes along with, like, the chase versus, like, thinking they the prize.
Well, yeah.
But like you said, society made talking normal, and it's not, like, I think talking, once y'all hang out in person,
mm-hmm.
Because that's the other thing, like, if y'all have sex, y'all can't really just be talking. That's, like, really bizarre when you think about it.
I know it's bizarre as hell. But moving on. Let's move on. Okay. So, there was another topic that came up. I was watching some reality TV, and yeah, he doesn't like me. I can't watch that much reality TV.
What?
But
I don't control what he watches. But
he doesn't. But
because we spend time together.
Yes, I'm very. He doesn't force me to do anything. But the first question that I have is, if you get into a spat with your spouse, how much time is like a healthy enough amount of time to stay apart? And then is it acceptable for y'all to not talk for 3 days, or for you or him or her dip out for?
So this is reality TV, so I think that there has to be some kind of bizarreness factor, because I think anybody watching this knows, like, 3 days for a married couple, and then you come back and you ain't got no explanation, unless you went to your mama house. Like, there's not really any other thing that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not even, like, up in the air. Maybe I could get away with it.
Some people may think that it's okay.
Nah.
Nah.
Well, no. I mean, yes, some people might think it's okay,
but it's not okay.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not okay. But I think that I think the first question you asked, I don't remember exactly what you said, but I was just thinking about getting into an argument and leaving the house, right?
A healthy amount of, time to have.
Yeah. Okay. So with that question, I don't. Like, going in the other room, yes. Yeah, you could go in the other room for the whole day. You ain't gotta talk to him until that night, maybe. I don't like going to sleep mad, but, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's talk about it.
But I was gonna say, you said, like, a healthy amount of time. Like, he left the house.
Right.
I don't think you should leave the house at all. The first thing is, like, you need to calm down before you leave the house. And we've had this conversation many times. Like, people, when you got adrenaline rushing and doing all this stuff, and then you try to get behind the wheel, it's, like, worse than driving drunk.
Right.
So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You don't want to put yourself in that situation to where you, whatever. Now, if you going down the street, you walking down the street, or you catching a bus or something, that might be fine.
I'm rolling my eyes
from that context, but
so yeah.
But you was driving, right. No, you ain't.
Right. So that's what I was gonna say. Like, one of the things, like, if we got back when we used to get into arguments, I would be quick to be like, I'm about to go. But I think what you said, like, not going to sleep upset, or you can go in the other room, but leaving the house and then leaving the house for multiple days, that is not the formula for you to be able to fix anything.
Nothing at all. It's like, the term running from your problems.
Exactly.
That's what you're doing every time. And the long-term effects are like, you as the person that's leaving if you're going to find comfort in maybe your guy friends or, or your girlfriends if you're a girl, or you're finding comfort in like another person. Like if you're doing that in those times when you're leaving, you're literally putting yourself into like a situation where you're in a healthy environment, right? But then you just left the other person in your relationship by themselves, mad about whatever the situation was, and you out kicking it, right? Whether you kicking it with, somebody that is a friend and you ain't doing no nonsense, or you kicking it with somebody and you doing some nonsense. Like either way, you're in an okay situation, right? The person that you left is just sitting at home like, the fuck is going on? I ain't talked to this person. And maybe the person at home might have picked up some video games. They ain't thinking about it. But regardless, like over time,
video games.
I don't know. First thing I thought, I'm saying over time, it's like how y'all deal with and how y'all view the arguments will be completely different because it's like y'all's experiences are completely different.
Right. No, I mean,
and there'll be the situations where the dude be like, she's always nagging me, but it's like you done left her plenty of times high and dry where you went and kicked it with your friends and drinking beers. But it's interesting for you to say
about like you leaving the other person high and dry. Like I don't think I've ever looked at it from that perspective. Like when I hear, so if you're like a hothead and you're like, I need to go so I can clear my mind because I don't want to punch a wall or something. Like that can be understandable as long as you're like going into another room or not like leaving the house. I think leaving the house is going too far. Yeah, I think leaving the house is going too far. And then you can put yourself in situations that are not conducive to whatever healthy relationship that you're supposed to be having. So if you leave and you go somewhere and you're upset, and now you want to kick it with the opposite sex, or you're going to the bar to have a drink, or you're flying somewhere and you gone for 3 days, and you don't have an explanation for where you've been, then that's a whole other can of worms that you just opened in your relationship when you could have just went to the other room.
Yeah, you made me think about like wanting to punch a wall and all that other kind of stuff. That's like extremely toxic, right? Unless you need like a punching bag or something like that to like release steam, but like those are signs of like something mentally,
like some stuff that you need to be working out outside of your relationship.
Yeah, going to see a therapist or checking out some mental health apps, something like that. But yeah, because I mean, anger is like a thing, right? But if you're like constantly just mad, it's for a reason.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, leaving for 3 days. I didn't even really want to touch on that topic because I'm like, that don't even make no sense. Like, where'd you go? Exactly. Oh, that was the other thing. He was like, I'm not finna tell you where I was at because it don't matter. How does it not matter? This is like, if you answer this question wrong, this could be the end of our relationship. So yes, it matters. It was like, what? That's why I said it was staged. It don't make no damn sense.
Nah, it's people out here that's behaving in this manner. But moving on. I want you to pick a topic. And then we can wrap this up. Wrap up episode 1. What they don't tell you. Or what about that one?
What?
Interested
in that topic.
What about this one?
Who did that? Who should apologize first in an argument? The woman.
Okay, I'll start with this though. Who should apologize first in an argument?
I already answered.
Well, get your ass. I would. What you say?
Huh? Go ahead.
I would say the man. No. The person that apologized first in the argument is the person who did something wrong first. So, if or you're the person who took things to the left when it was like something small. So, say for instance, Greg is upset with me because I threw out his favorite. He had some food and I threw it out, and I didn't know that you threw it out. This is just a random scenario. I didn't know that it was yours when I threw it out. I know you still wanted it, so you got upset with me, but I didn't know, so I got mad at you because I'm like, what did you get mad at me for? Because I didn't know that you wanted the food, right? Now we got into this whole big argument.
You went through some loops around in this thing. Okay.
So, if I was the person who threw away the food and I initiated the action to start the argument, then I'll apologize. Hey, baby, I'm sorry for throwing away your food. I really didn't know. Now, if you took the argument left, Greg, because I threw out your food and then you just start cussing me out of some random shit like that, then you should apologize. Because you went too far. So now you got to apologize first, and then I can apologize for the small deed that I did.
Okay, so, no, that is very logical, right?
Is it? Thank you.
I think that's very logical.
Okay.
However, in a relationship, really the person who apologizes first, it's not about who should apologize first as much as it is like who does apologize first. So it's like normally a dynamic in relationships, right?
What's the dynamic, baby? Talk about it.
I mean, where one person is like, I think that one person is, well, no, I don't know. I'm thinking of like us, but I'm trying to think of a way to frame it in like general. But okay, for us, it's like one of us is like,
you can say it, baby, say it.
No, I'm just saying, one of us is like, I don't like being upset or like at odds with
and one
you.
of us is like,
if you did something wrong, I'm finna, I don't know, be mad at you for a period of time.
I can hold a grudge. Just say it. Yes, I can hold a
Well, that's what
grudge.
it is. I don't hold grudges, so it just be like,
I'm a Cancer.
Damn,
Cancers can hold
I
grudges.
know she did something to piss me off, but now I want to kick it.
Yeah.
What you doing, nigga? What's
but
up?
me, I'm like, I know he did something to piss me off, but I'm still mad about that shit. I'm still mad about that shit. So I've had to learn how to not hold grudges. And that's like one of the biggest things about being married, though. It's like you got to learn quick not to hold grudges, or you're gonna forever be. Who wants to be mad every day over something that you're not gonna remember next week? Seriously. So
that's how it be. The other thing, oh man, this isn't a topic on there, but you made me just think about something like creating your own happiness within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because like nobody else is responsible for your happiness. It's like a Red Table Talk episode.
Let's talk about it. No.
But nah, I feel like
nobody can make you happy. You have to make yourself happy. And it's like, and I'm talking to my women right now. Like, a man can't make you happy. A baby can't make you happy. Your career can't make you happy. You have to make you happy. You have to do the work. Being married, I think, has taught me definitely that, like, my happiness has to come from within. And then if I'm happy and I'm, centered, and he's happy and he's centered, we just come together and have a good ass time.
Yeah, that's true.
Kick it.
For sure. Yeah. Did you have anything else?
No, I think this is it. I think we successfully. You want to talk about the shirts? By the time
the podcast come out, we're gonna have the video.
Yeah.
But all right, so I wanted to do this idea where we did Gangster Christmas with ourselves, so they can see him the whole time. So yeah, she got me on her shirt. I got her. I think this would be funny when we like 50.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold on to these and wear them again. But we did them for like a little TikTok video.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I love these though. My honey bun is so creative. He came up with the whole concept. He printed it. He put it on the shirts. Yes. So. Okay. So that concludes the first episode of the G&T Go Get It podcast. And
it's a wrap. Catch y'all next time. Checking out, signing out.
Yep, signing out.
What's the thing from Anchorman?
Oh my gosh.
When the cookie crumbles.